Right, this is a slight continuation of the last video, and there will be a main point. But I've read a couple of comments from people about this, that and the other. And to be honest, I always read every single comment what people send to me. I don't necessarily always reply, but I always read them. And a couple of people had asked me a couple of questions. One wasn't about the saw, but it was about the knife. That was Guns UK 31. Have a look at his channel, he's got some good videos. And he asked me what the knife was. Well, most of you would know that this is the Castrum number 10 Swedish forest knife. And that's probably the best knife I own. It was bought as a gift. They're around 100 quid. I think you can get them for about 90. And they are good quality knives for that price. Anyway, that's that. Castrum number 10 Swedish forest knife for Guns UK 31. And then Cat Snake had mentioned a couple of things, and then had mentioned about the so-called full tang saws, and that got me thinking, is this actually full tang or not? Does the tang come all the way down to here, or does it stop here? Whatever. So I'm going to take the handle off and we're going to have a look. To be honest, I already know, but you'll see. It's got these two bolts you undo. Push them out. Like I was saying, or I don't know whether I'd said this in the last video, but I'm not telling anyone not to use folding saws or anything, because folding saws are brilliant. You know, you can't beat them. You know, they are excellent in their own right. But what I was kind of getting at was, I just can't understand how nobody, well, not from my experience, nobody I've seen ever recommends a saw like this. I've watched some big, you know, YouTube survival experts, preppers, whatever you call them, ones with big channels, you know, a lot of subscribers, you know, into the hundreds of thousands, and they never recommend nothing like this. Not from what I've seen. So anyway, but you know, so like I said, I'm not saying don't use a folding saw, because I've used one for ages and I still will. But if I was recommending kind of a saw what I had to kind of not bet me life on, you know, but if I had to really go somewhere and I was a bit, you know, you had to have some really good gear, I would take a saw like this. Anyway, let's have a look and see the tang on this. So we've undone one bolt from here and one from here. Well, that's the tang. And I'll tell you what, you'll be surprised how light this is. It seems like all the weight is more in the handle. I'm sure this weighs as much as the blade itself does. So there's the handle. I had to check it because after Cat Snake had said about it, that suddenly made me think I've never actually even checked it. There's me saying all this, I just assumed it did. The only reason I did assume was because the Silky saws are designed that if you bend or break the blade or blunting it, or it just gradually goes blunt, you keep your handle and you buy a new blade. And you just slot it into the same handle. And I suppose the same thing, if you wear the handle out, you can buy a new handle for the blade, whatever. So that one is full tang at least. That's a good thing to know. And that just slots back in there. And then you put your two bolts back in there. Right, anyway, so you get the gist of that. That I'm not saying don't use folding saws. I'm not saying they're terrible or anything. I just can't understand how a lot of big YouTube survival experts don't recommend nothing like this. Anyway, well, we now know that that's full tang at least. I can't say about every single saw there is. You know, some of them may only come to here. So you'd have to be aware of that if you're going to buy a fixed blade saw. Right, anyway, cheers for watching. I'll see you later. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, check out my channel. You always subscribe. I upload them all the time, regular basis. So have a look. Right, cheers for watching and I'll see you later. If you want to get full notifications for my channel, go to this little gear symbol next to where it says subscribed. Click on that, and here where it says send me all notifications for this channel, click on that and then save it.